Welcome back. Last video we talked about how to make the drop downs functional so that whenever we select the country, its respective regions should show up with them. So that's what we made and it works now. Now the next thing that comes up is that when we click register though, we get an error. So the reason for that is that, well, whenever we click something like a register button from a new page, it will throw us over to the create function. And this is kind of the standard way of CRUD, create, read, update, and destroy for Ruby on Rails. And that's why we have to fill out our create function. So this video would be a bunch of coding. So the first thing we have to do is we have to really find out if the company that the guy is creating already exists. Because if it already exists, if we have a company with the same name, that's going to cause some problems. So we're going to check for that by writing org company exists. And we're going to we're going to check for the name. So we're going to take org or company register params name, and we're going to take the ID, type company ID of the company. Now you might be wondering where we're getting this. We're gonna get to the company register params in just a moment. But first we have to write out this create code. So the next thing we have to do is let's just write out our else and our end just to make it complete. And the next thing we have to do is we need to sanitize our parameters. So we're gonna get a bunch of parameters from this company register params that we haven't written yet, and then we have to sanitize those because some of those parameters don't really fit in with our database or how our database is structured. So we need to do some renaming here in order to make them proper for our database. So we're just gonna go to our org contacts attributes because I showed you one of in the previous video that we do get uh, arrays or names with org contact attributes, and we don't have org contact attributes in our database. So that's why we have to run the sanitizer, and we'll just look in the sanitizer in just a minute. Actually, we'll just go write out the sanitizer right now. So our company params sanitizer is a very interesting function. It's going to take a hash. So we have some comments here. It's used to sanitize the user inputs, accept a hash as a parameter, and returns a hash that is acceptable for updating the database. So it takes the hash, and in our database we have a column called type country ID. In the hash, we're gonna delete type countries or type countries because that's not what we want, and we're gonna put type country ID for hash type country ID. So when we click submit, what we actually get is we get type country ID and then an ID. So what we're getting is something like a multi-dimensional array, if you please, and we just want that into one symbol, one key. So we have to double down and go inside the multi-dimensional array and grab the value and put it in just an array element. So that's what we had to do. So we have to do the same thing for regions. So we're just gonna do a little copy and paste and do that for regions. And we're gonna have our org company ID be equal to the company ID. And then we're gonna return the hash. And actually this part of the code doesn't really make sense because we don't know where we're getting our add company from, so there was a mistake in my notes. Interesting. But anyways, so that's our company param sanitizer, and if we go back to our create function, and just because I'm OCD, I'm just going to close this up. if we go back to our company function, now we have sanitize parameters for our type regions and our type countries. So that's that. The next thing we have to do is we have to create a contact uh, a contact variable, and this will really just create an object or contact object for our company, because every company, remember, needs to have some sort of contact information for them. So we're just going to create this con contact in the database. So let's just do some comments here. Now, if the company is created and we saved the contact information for the company, then we have to do something. So what we have to do here is we have to do an if company, and if we are able to update the contact information, its attributes with our org underscore ca information that we've sanitized, then we know it's a success. So we're just gonna do a flash success message on the next screen, because when we ran the code and we are managed to create the company, which we actually haven't created it because I forgot to write that code. So what we have to do here is we have to go above this function or our org.ca and put in our company to actually create the company. So this would create the company with the company register params of name, its company type ID, the type of fee it's going to pay, and their description if they have a description. So if that company is created, and if you've managed to make an org contact model or a row in our database, and we filled it in with information that we've also gathered, then we can send a message saying that, okay, it's a success, that you've registered your company, and now you can really edit it. So thank you for registering your company. The ability to edit company information can be done through the email account used to register the company. So really, the only person who should be able to edit the information should be the creator of the company, or anyone who has the credentials to edit information of the company. So we're going to talk about that at a later point, that having different titles would allow you to edit company information. So what we're going to do now is we're going to redirect to edit org company path at company. So this would redirect us to the company's edit path, which is also another function that we need to write, but we'll probably do that in the next video. So for the else, if we didn't save right, then, or if the company did exist, then we're just gonna do contact info equals org.ca, and we're just gonna rebuild a new page with the contact info. So we're just gonna rebuild a new page with the information that the user entered. So this occurs when the company already exists, because our if statement checks for if the org company did not exist. So we're just gonna re-render the page here. So re-render the new page. So that's something that you should always take care of. And this code shouldn't really go here, because that wouldn't make sense. It should actually go here. Else if. So we have an if else inside the statements. This video is not going right. I'm making several mistakes here. You can see that it's actually 3:22, so I'm a bit tired. So if the company was created, and if we were able to update the attributes, then it's a success. If the company was not created, or we weren't able to update the attributes, then there was an error. So we'll just go back to the page and have the page show all the information that the user has entered and have them fix the errors that they had. So we're gonna go to create a flash danger message if or if the company did exist, and we're just gonna give it a message saying that the company you're trying to register already exists. So we'll just do that, and then we will pretty much just give the same information back and pretty much rebuild the new page with the information that they've entered. So same as the else statement that they have here. So I'm just gonna leave it here for today because I feel like it's been a long video. So please rate, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. We'll talk about the company register params in the next video. Leave any comments or questions in the comment box below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.